to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about being cautious with regards to the people that you are dealing with. There's someone who's a bit of a chameleon or shapeshifter. They're not who they are pretending to be. We've got the Trickery card from the Dark Goddess Oracle, which is also named for Inara. Inara is the archetypal trickster of Hittite origin and goddess of the wild animals, becoming at one with all manner of beings, from dragons to mortal men, in order to trick them. So we have somebody here who knows how to read others, knows how to adjust or play a part, maybe even take on different accents or appearances. With the card, you can notice that she's got like different skin and seems to be able to change. Even her hair seems difficult to kind of look at because you're not sure where it begins and the palms behind her take over. But we've got somebody here who could potentially be playing a little bit of a trick or pretending to be something that they're not in order to get something their way or in order to get something from you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Happy Friday, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Grindhard. How we doing? So the Dark Goddess Oracle is one of the few times where I will read from the book because they have some pretty good advice. They call it guidance. So I'm going to read that real quick. Someone who seems too good to be true is showering you with sweet compliments, and the attention is all on you right now. A new person who appears to fit right in and a situation that is on offer could be what you're dreaming of. It all feels exciting and new and seems like the answer to your prayers. However, the Hittite goddess of wild animals, Inara, asks you not to be drawn in by appearances alone, for she knows herself how to masquerade in the name of deception. This is how many survive, by riding on the success of others. Be wary of those who suddenly seem keen to help or please you, especially if you don't know them well. Inara understands all too well how easy it is to use all manner of trickery to determine a desired result. Time to take stock of who's around you and whether or not you have been deceived by a wolf in sheep's clothing. So be careful and make sure you're listening to your intuition and discernment, because I do feel like it's already kind of alerted you to the fact that there could be somebody who's not quite what they are initially appearing to be. Hello, Steph. How you doing? Hello, Mystical Worlds. Hello, Divyanshi. How are you doing? Hello, Pranav. Ooh. I think it's always good to be kind. I think it's always good to be at least civil or respectful. But you might want to make sure that you're not going out of your way to shortchange yourself for the benefit of others, right? Hello, gamer. How are you doing? All right, so from the Path of Shadows, we have the Fallen Angel, the Pumpkin Patch, and the Nymph. Was it even real, the paradise I fell from, or are they just a nightmare, the realms I now roam? So we have someone who feels like they had it pretty good, and now they're in a situation that they don't like. So this could help you understand who this reading is about and whether or not it resonates for you. But this person who you might be questioning or not really feel like you can trust would be somebody who has gone through something of a major change. Maybe they've moved, maybe they've just started a new job, maybe they've just ended a relationship. We've got the Pumpkin Patch. You will only taste the sour if you don't seek for the sweet. Share your fruits wisely, lest you sow regrets too deep. And the Nymph. In this mundane world now I roam, inside this concrete jungle, where is my home? This is somebody who's looking to fit in. This is looking like similar to the Robin story from How I Met Your Mother, where I think she had just moved into town because she got a job, right? And so she ingratiates herself with the group, right? But it's not exactly smooth sailing initially. I'm not trying to say that Robin ended up being a horrible friend. I'm saying that there's someone here who seems to be a good addition to the existing group, whether that's a workplace or a friendship group, maybe even a family, but they're not being authentic. They're not showing who they really are. Thank you, Grindhard. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? Any talk from lady? I like that you're calling her wifey. Ooh, talking to anyone about being in a relationship? And, aw. All right, I got that. Let's pick out a tarot deck, shall we? We'll go with the Earth and Bones Tarot. Hello, Southwest. How are you doing? Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Darnell. Welcome, Chris. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Hap. How are you doing? So we've got Temperance, Nine of Jars, or the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Jars, or the Six of Cups. Okay, so masquerading as what you would want in a friend or want in a love interest, someone who seems very wise or calm, but there's something that doesn't sit right with you. There's something that seems a bit off. Maybe they are too quick to offer things. Maybe they are rushing the connection, whether it's a platonic or a romantic one. It feels like this is somebody who's really trying to impress, and you're starting to ask yourself why. What is their intention? Queen of Jars, King of Jars. That's a lot of water energy, accepting, of course, the Temperance card. We've got, which is Sagittarius. We've got a lot of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio type emotional energy, and it's love bombing. It's somebody who's trying to present themselves to be that perfect friend or that perfect soulmate type energy. But what's interesting is it feels a little empty. You might be questioning, like, have you fallen in love in a couple of days? That's really fast. Do you feel like we're best friends when we've only known each other for a week? That's a little strange, right? Hello, JT. How are you doing? Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Noah G. How are you doing? Hello, Danielle. Two of Jars in the reverse. I think this person's going to tell you that they've been through a pretty major breakup or that they've lost someone. Five of Crystals in the reverse, or Five of Swords in the reverse, with the Four of Petals or Four of Pentacles in the reverse. We have a story that they share as almost like as way of introducing themselves, right? Like, hey, I just moved to the town. Here's my name. Here's what I've been through. Like, they're very open, or like they wear it on their sleeves, or sleeve, I think is what I'm supposed to say. As far as this difficult thing that they've recently been through. And you may start to question if that story that they're sharing has truth to it, or if it's just kind of something that they use to get people to maybe be a little bit disarmed or be more likely to like them. No, I respect whatever people feel like they should do for their own like nutrition, but I am not vegan. Hello, Nana, how are you doing? Hello, Fact Verse. Ooh, should we ask? I can ask if she views you like that. Thank you, Rachel. So we have the Eight of Petals, which would be the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Crystals or Queen of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Jars or Ace of Cups and the Emperor. I don't know that this person really knows who they are. I feel like what they do is they encounter a new group, whether it's a workplace or a friendship type group, or maybe they're dating someone and they're meeting their friends and their family. But what they do is they look for the strongest person in the group. They look for the Emperor. So who does everybody kind of look up to or get advice from? Who's the first person to laugh or speak up after you see a movie together or whatever? They like to see who has the most political or like, that's not the right word, popular, I don't know, leadership. And then they want to kind of mimic that. They want to kind of be like that person. So they definitely change a lot. They try to take what they can from other people's personalities or reputations and build on it. Like, I don't know that they would be telling very many stories that are accurate. I think they would be creating a lot of stories and complimenting people when they don't actually believe that. Compliment. Hello, Tom. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. We have the Egyptian Tarot. 2 sevens right out the gate. Interesting. With the moon and the sun in the reverse. Interesting. Okay, very secretive energy. I don't want you to know who I really am. I mean, the Seven of Cups is a card that could talk about illusions. The moon is a card that can talk about illusions. The sun being in the reverse can talk about something that has not been brought to light or something that someone's keeping secret. And then we have this Seven of Wands. I feel like we have someone who sees the mask dropped, someone who maybe even finds information on social media or hears someone's real accent, gets a glimpse of their cell phone and therefore finds out that they've lied about something. There's this facade, this ability to kind of be mysterious or to put up a different story about who they are. And someone sees behind this, someone sees that there's a trickery afoot. Something that is not real. It could be you, it could be somebody who warns you. 4 of Cups in the reverse, 2 of Wands in the reverse, and the World. I think this is about where this person's from or where they've been. It's like you lied about this because you don't actually know what it's like to go to that school, or you've obviously never lived in that place because you don't know about like the favorite ice cream joint. You say that you went to this high school, but you don't know the mascot. There's something here where the experiences pertaining to locations can be proven wrong. Like you don't, what was that movie? Hold on, it's right there. I was gonna call him Jason Bourne. I can't say his name normal. Matt Damon. I can't help it, I'm sorry, you guys. Matt Damon, what was that movie where he was pretending to be somebody else? It's like, I can see the font that the movie title was written in, but I can't think of what the movie was called. But Philip Seymour Hoffman was the buddy who like figures him out, and that's who I'm thinking of. No, close though. Born Identity makes sense because like he was literally able to pretend to be other people. No, that's DiCaprio. This is driving me crazy. I think he was pretending to be a guy named Tom. Is that right? Anyways, the whole idea is he ended up pretending to be someone who was no longer around, right? He was mimicking someone else. But Philip Seymour Hoffman's character was like, I think you're lying. There's something off about you. Yes, Mr. Ripley, the talented Mr. Ripley. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you. I appreciate you, Raj. Yeah, it was Tom Ripley. Okay, cool. So we've got... okay, so this is why I'm thinking we got somebody who's copying. We had 2 7s that started the Egyptian tarot row, right? And then on the next row, now we have 2 6s. It's like you lead, I'll see what you do, and then I'm going to copy it. Or I'm going to look at how you dress. I'm going to look at how you move. I'm going to look at what kinds of things make you laugh. And then I'm going to be able to figure out how to pretend to be you. Yes, exactly, Darnell. Hello, Tara. How are you doing? Hello, Salvador. Did I say hi? I don't know if I was just responding to your message or if I said hi. So we have the 2 of Swords in the reverse and the 8 of Pentacles. I know that it would take too much work if I did everything on my own, so there's got to be an easier way for me to get what I want. For some of you, this is a person who's going to try to steal your idea. For some of you, this is going to be a person who's trying to steal your personality or be just like you. Maybe they feel like they can win over your love interest or win over your group of friends and try to be like the, I don't know, Regina of that friendship group. But this is someone who's trying to like leapfrog or clout chase. Because they don't actually have that magic. They don't actually have what they say they have, or they haven't accomplished what they say they've accomplished. This Empress in the reverse is also another hint towards some sort of love bombing. I just want you to like me or be impressed so that you accept me into your group. But why do they want to be accepted into the group? Just wondering. I mean, it's already a little bit weird that you're trying to introduce yourself and not be honest about who you are, right? But I feel like you're onto this person. I feel like you're trying to figure out what their end game is, what their intentions really are. Oh, it's a general reading. I do often do personal questions at the end of the general reading. I've got a few already that I'm going to do for grind, but that is probably going to start in about 15 minutes. Hello, Lotus. How are you doing? So this is the Morgan Greer, and we've got the Chariot in the reverse. The Hanged Man in the reverse. Yeah, they're trying to find out who the, like, leader of the pack is, if you will. Remember we had the Emperor come out earlier. Here's the Emperor again. So it's like they want to be the understudy. They want to be next in line. They want to be seen as, like, the coolest person's best friend. So when the coolest person is, I don't know, elsewhere, they're the coolest person. They want to be close to that person who is seen as the leader, but they also want to be able to take that title. Page of Cups, Temperance in the reverse. But they don't have what you have. If they see you as the Emperor, they don't have the skill set, they don't have the experience, they don't have the charm, the character, the personality, whatever it is. They don't have the, I don't know, voice for radio. Maybe they have the face for radio. Sorry. I'm channeling. Don't blame me. This is somebody who's like not got what you have. Or this Emperor. You might know the Emperor or you might be the Emperor. Doesn't matter what your gender is. They look up to you. They see other people look up to you. They see other people are impressed or intrigued by you, and they want to belong in the way that you belong. That's kind of starting to creep me out. Like, do they have binoculars? Do they have like a telescope focused on your backyard? Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? Hello, Carla. Yes, exactly. Nobody's perfect. Oh, Lord. Six of Pentacles again, and the High Priestess in the reverse. Ah. I feel like this was a very similar energy this morning's reading too, is talking about somebody who wants to be like you, or doesn't feel like they can be accepted in a group unless they pretend to be somebody that they're not. Hello, Dharmendra. How are you doing? What else? The King of Wands. The Four of Wands. Yeah. They're not interested in being like openly antagonistic or combative. What they want to do is love bomb and maybe gaslight, create some internal problems where people turn against each other. And then if the group fractures, part of it will go with them and part of it with the emperor, the current like leader of the pack, if you will. Or they want to see the whole group reject this emperor and they themselves want to feel like they're the leader of the pack. But with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, they've underestimated who they're up against, or, you know, the fabric of the group that they're dealing with, whether or not they are very communicative or understand each other well. Hey, Carmencita, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you, Dharmendra. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So I do see this Two of Cups in the reverse as somebody who is wanting to see you not be like befriended or seen as like, I don't know, popular. For some of you, there could be some envy around money, but I feel like this is more about popularity and general like reputation. Maybe they feel like they can spread some gossip about you and then be able to like take your place. This is the Voyage of the Soul. What else do we have? We have Bloom, Radiance, Goddess, Beauty, Attract, Nectar, Glow, and Joy, Serotonin, Rush, Happiness, Excitement, and Euphoria. So here's the deal. If you are a magical being, if you are an earth angel, if you are just delightful, that's not easy to fake, okay? That's like saying, oh, okay, you're not funny. How about just pretend to be funny? Oh, darn, you're still not funny. You can't fake certain things. There's, sure, some things you can fake for a little time. Maybe you can get away with it for a week even, or a month. But if you're trying to get people to like you, if you're trying to engender this like friendship or feel like soulmates with people or get people to really like, I don't know, even have like crushes or be super attracted to you, I think people sometimes underestimate that you can't fake that energy. It's really difficult to love bomb without people getting suspicious or starting to see that that's not really like how you act, right? Hello, DJ. Likewise, Carmencita. So we've got somebody who is trying to mimic your energy without actually having any of that beautiful, radiant, joyful energy. So they come across as perhaps trying too hard or being like a little obnoxious to some people. We have this purpose which fuels your direction or whoever this emperor is. And it's part of the reason there's this joyful energy that other people find so attractive. In other words, when you know who you are, when you know what you want in your life, when you find your path, when you know what your purpose is and you're focused on it, you radiate, right? You might go through a glow up. People might say, wow, you look like you're really happy. You can't fake that. You know, I don't care what kind of makeup you have. I don't care what kind of clothes you have. I don't care how nice your smile is. There are people here who see the difference, or at least one person who sees the difference between that joyous energy of this emperor, the people that really enjoy this person, that's one of the things that they would comment on, and then that like love bombing or fake energy from this imitator. I know. That's all they need to do. It's just this one quick trick to save so much time and energy. But see, the thing is, a lot of people get stuck wasting their energy on other people, envy, revenge, that kind of thing. But whoever this emperor is that they're jealous of, they've been able to achieve what they have because they don't try to create these trick situations, because they do actually go for things in the right way as opposed to try to manipulate a situation. So it looks like this individual is going to have a little bit of a karmic lesson for them. Whoever is the trickster, could be this King of Wands. They're looking at this Emperor feeling like they can make that jump, they can make that leap, they can be that cool person, but they can't. They would be a disappointment. I don't like to call people disappointments. I really don't. But that's part of the reason why you shouldn't look at somebody else and be like, I want to be like that. Be your own flavor. Be your own whatever it is. Can you be inspired? Yeah, but like maybe be inspired by more than one person, right? Make something of your own. This person is struggling and they'll be disappointed with the outcome because they're trying to capture somebody else's magic and make it their own, and that's not how that works, right? Hello, E, how you doing? It's the candles. I'm just kidding. It might be the energy drink. Do you guys want to see what I'm drinking today? It's called Pink Slush. Does this make me an adult? It could be worse, right? Can't catch his breath. Well, that's a little concerning. But I'm glad to hear that the meeting went well, Lee. Thank you for the tip. Pull cards on his health, I assume you mean. X. Can't catch breath. I got you, Lee. Thank you for the tip. So I'm removing that, but I would encourage you to clarify that. And if my mom taught you, what's her name? Have you? Yeah, I like it too. Probably not very good for me. Oh no, it's probably awful for me. It's an energy drink. 200 milligrams of caffeine. Oops. All right. This is What's the News. And we've got time, delay, procrastination, too busy, playing the field, not looking to settle, and seeking options. So we've got somebody here who feels like if they find the right moment, they can make you look bad, or they can figure out something that gets them what they want in this social community. So in other words, I feel like they're buttering up a bunch of different people. I feel like they're trying to get the reputation that the emperor, which could be you, has earned in a much more organic, natural way, right? It's like they want to buy the love. Yeah, I probably shouldn't, but they're so tasty. We've got lust and karmics. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be honest here. I think this is somebody who is an energy vampire. Let me just also clarify, like, I feel like it's always my job to be honest with you all and tell you what I see, even if it's not really what you want to hear. That's fine. I'm just here to deliver the messages. But I feel like what we have here is somebody who literally love bombs, introduces themselves into a new group, tries to get everybody to be their friend, and then I do think that they try to seduce people. So I kind of feel like this could be like energy vampire style, or somebody who's like very dependent on external validation. So they look for hookups to fill whatever insecurity void of confidence that they have by seducing people that they shouldn't. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. They like that chase energy that happens at the beginning. They like the challenge of somebody who is in a relationship already. But they also don't have to worry about rejection as much. If somebody's already in a relationship, it's just kind of like, for them, a foregone conclusion, this isn't going to have a future. But they first like to win over a whole group of people, and then it's like they look for who they could potentially hit on. So we have the black sheep card. This is somebody who likes to set certain expectations. They make you feel comfortable, like you can trust this person. They're very friendly. And then after they've earned your trust, if you have a relationship, they go after your person, or they go after people in the friend group, right? Why feeling energy? I got you. So this could be somebody who in general does not tend to be accepted by folks. Maybe they kind of like that lone wolf mentality. Maybe they think this is the best it can get in terms of having a social community or a friend group. But we definitely have somebody who likes to get into friendship groups, and then it's like crossing people off a list. Who should I hit on next? So, look, I'm not going to judge people on what they choose to do with their clothes off. I mean, let's obviously follow laws, be respectful, consent is important. But if this is somebody who is hoping to be like the ringleader of the friendship group, or wants to be like wanted by everyone, they either don't like to think about the fact that they're creating so much drama that they're inevitably going to get kicked out, or they're just kind of like they enjoy that drama. Like, let's see how long it takes before everybody says I have to like leave because I'm causing too much drama. Maybe that's like part of the fun for them. This is the Metamuse. Hello, Zuzu. How are you doing? Hello, Holly. How's your day? You'll find more. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Four of Cups. Queen of Cups in the reverse. We may have someone who has chosen the wrong group of people. So this love bomber, the trickster, I think we're calling you the King of Wands. This King of Wands does not have to be a man, right? This is somebody who feels like they can, talk a few people into a romantic encounter or physical one, but they end up getting rejected. There's a number of people who feel like this is like love bombing, or this doesn't seem like a good idea, or I don't think I can trust you. And they're like losing their mind. This King of Wands is like, well, I don't understand. I've never been rejected like this many times ever. What's going on? I feel like I have lost my mojo. The issue is, I think everybody's been warned by the Emperor. I think we have somebody who sees that this newcomer or this new person who's trying to win everybody over is a manipulative individual. Maybe they even find something out like, hey, they said they went to this high school and I looked at the yearbook somehow and they weren't there. So they lied about who they are. There's something here that tips off the Emperor, which could be you. And this Emperor then tells everybody in the group, hey, watch out for this individual. I don't trust them. It looks like they lied to us about where they're from or what high school they went to or what their business is in town. So do not go on that date. Do not... I was going to say do not pass ho, but I don't know if y'all really know where my joke is going. But yeah. Don't fraternize with the newbie. And the Three of Pentacles is that confirmation that it's like this friend group. Could be at a workplace too, right? Because now we have the Eight of Pentacles. It's like, no. This person, we don't really know them. And I think they're going to cause a bunch of drama. Maybe we've got someone who looks up on social media something about this King of Wands and finds out what happened in their previous situation. Like, oh, apparently they caused a bunch of chaos at, the other Applebee's they worked at. Or the other bar. There's something here about figuring out a previous situation was lied about or was bad. And so there's these little whispers from the Emperor or just quick little heads up. I don't think you should entertain anything romantic or physical with this new person. And they're realizing, the King of Wands, that they don't seem to be getting anywhere with anyone. So they get frustrated. All right, I'm going to pull a few more and then we'll start with the personal questions. Hello, Brick. How you doing? Leveling up. This connection is moving to the next level and the past. The past is causing blocks in the present. So because they were trying to get in to this situation, remember I said it's like they were trying to speed up the friendship, like let's be best friends randomly because I'm love bombing. Their past somehow causes issues. It's discovered, I think, by this Emperor. And then when they're asked questions like, hey, I thought you said you went to this school, but it looks like you didn't. Actually, you want to tell us about that lie? Like, what made you tell us that you did go somewhere, right? Because this is somebody who has constantly felt like an outsider. They don't know how to really get close to others. So they put on some sort of charade in order to become part of a group, right? Love bombing and manipulation seem to be like their native language, right? All right, we're going to get into the personal questions. We've got a few for Grind Hard, and then we've got one for Lee. This is the Tarot of the Cat People. What else do we have? We've got Has there been any talk from Grindhard's wifey about him? King of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the reverse. It doesn't look like at this time there's a lot of chatter. With the King of Swords in the reverse, I do feel like there's some sort of frustrating conversation that she's had to deal with. Someone who's dealing with a lot of stress or an unexpected event, like you know, needing to replace a tire, or, you know, my AC went out. So with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's kind of like someone's putting out a fire. Talking about... Oh, has she been talking about a relationship with Grindhard? Has she been talking about a relationship with Grindhard? She has. Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, wanting to make sure that it's not something that's rushed, wanting to make sure that there is an ability to have that emotional, like a mature emotional connection. Oh, I love this. So we're asking about a relationship, and we have the divine counterparts, the King and the Queen of Cups coming out. Notice they're also like facing each other. So I do feel like this is something she's thinking about. I do feel like this is something she's talking about, trying to figure out how that would go, what that would look like. Does she already kind of view him as her boyfriend? No, not yet. She feels like it needs to be spoken. But with the Five of Cups, there is a little bit of a concern that, like, if I don't move towards that, like, exclusive relationship, I may regret it, because she feels like this is very, like, peaceful connection. Temperance is about a good mix, right? Yeah, that's fair. I think we all have to go through some hermit chapters, right? And then why was Grindhard feeling her energy today? Death in the reverse. Nine of Wands in the reverse. The High Priest in the reverse. Because there's something here that has shifted. With the High Priestess or High Priest in the reverse, that would be like the Hierophant in the reverse. It can be like an unconventional approach. So I feel like there's something about like walls coming down, or you having a little bit more access, being more trusted by her. So that's a good thing. I love that for you. All right, let's get a few for Lee. This is the Everyday Witch, I believe. Hey Grant, what's happening? You a member? I like it. Yes, I second what Rachel has said. Yeah, Josh, I invite you to be just a little bit more positive. Remember, it's Friday. There's some awesome people in the live chat. Darnell's been in the live chat for a long time, so people will probably be pretty quick to defend Darnell, okay? Hello, Idris. How you doing? So Lee's been dealing with the ex, and he was struggling with the breathing. So what's going on? Star in the reverse. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Magician. It's like he's trying to find the easy way to deal with a problem instead of doing what he's been advised, especially if this has to do with his health. It's like, hey, you should probably give this up, or hey, you should probably drink more water, or hey, you should probably exercise. Whatever that advice was, it's like he did the opposite. So, you know how when you're young, you know, like 20s or whatever, you kind of feel this little bit of like infallibility or never gonna die kind of thing, right? I feel like there's this resistance to being honest about what could potentially be going on from a health standpoint, that like just as comfortable as he is lying to other people, he can lie to himself about what's going on about himself, right? Oh, I sure hope so. So is he gonna be okay? Well, he needs to take it seriously. I think things are going to not improve until he follows advice, and even if he does, it may be too late. He is making it worse. It's like, don't drink and then, oh, well, I don't like your advice, so I'm gonna go and get wasted. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do feel like your intuition is really on point with this, so trust that, Lee. It's gonna help you to see what's going on. I don't know if you're able to see auras, but I think you're able to figure out things about him that he doesn't expect you to. I'm going to send him healing energy. I hope he figures this out. And then I'm going to see if Grant's beautiful neighbor is ever going to be interested in Grant. Ooh, I think this is somebody in a relationship, and I think you said that in the comments. Ace of Swords in the reverse, King of Wands. There's somebody you don't know about in this picture. Is there another beautiful neighbor out there for Grant? Three of Pentacles, my friend. Yeah, so the first one, probably not a good option. Probably does have a husband, probably does have somebody they're in a relationship with. But there's another beautiful neighbor out there. And this one, you could actually potentially have a very nice little relationship with. This is somebody who I feel like they like the color red. There's something about the color red with this person. Maybe they have red hair. Maybe they wear red a lot. Maybe they have a red car. Maybe they're well read. You guys can make fun of me. That was really cheesy. All of your neighbors are married? Where are you living? Do you like my side eye? We've got somebody here who's going to get some feelings for you. Maybe the term neighbor was loosely interpreted by spirit. Maybe it's somebody who's in the next neighborhood over where they have a few people that are not married. Yup, yup, yup. All right. So your question's a little strange, Idris, but I'm going to ask, what is the intention of, you say, there's two people towards me? So there's two people. What are their intentions towards Idris? And I'll have two separate piles for you. For person number one, we've got Four of Cups in the reverse. The Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So the first person here, this feels to me like somebody who is a bit shy but curious. I do feel like this is somebody who may be a fan of animals, or you would know them to be good with animals. This is somebody who is looking for love. They want long-term relationship type, like I can trust you love. But there's something here that causes a problem, and I feel like they know or expect it to cause a problem. It's like I want to get like an appetizer or a little taste of the relationship I could have with you, even though I know there's something that's going to interrupt it, or even though I know I still have to heal more. So there's this like a little bit of dishonesty in terms of, am I actually emotionally available or ready for a relationship, right? You're welcome, Grant. I wish you the best of luck. Hello, Ego. How are you doing? Hello, Manga. How you doing? So for the second person, what are their intentions? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Cups and Five of Wands. So this other person seems to be looking, the second person is looking for a, it's like they want to be in your life for a long period of time. This is someone who feels like you have a lot in common, or you bring a lot of positive energy to each other's lives. But I see an argument between the two of you. There could be some resentment that they still need to address that could, because it's from the past and they're still holding on to it, it could impact you. It could impact how they see you. But I do feel like this is someone who is more upfront about what's going on. In other words, the first person may run away when they get angry at you because they don't know how to have that conversation. The second person is the type of person who would be like, hey, I'm mad at you. We probably need to like talk about it or whatever. They might not be super cozy and awesome when they're mad at you, but they're going to talk to you about it. And that's much better than somebody who's like, oh, I'm mad at you. And then you can't do anything about it, right? Hello, Daytona. How you doing? All right, I'm going to leave it there since we're almost to an hour. But thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. If you're able to hype my video, I appreciate that, too. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? Ashley, if I see you, I'm going to write your name down. I got to run. But if I see you again, I will pull that card for you. All right, toodles, everyone.